Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. In another Is This TMS video, I got a lot of requests for people asking, is fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome TMS? So that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. Take a couple of nice deep breaths with me. Fill your lungs with positivity. Exhale the negativity. Fill your lungs with confidence. Exhale the fear. Breathe in the clarity. Exhale the uncertainty. So, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, also referred to as ME/CFS. I was doing a little bit of digging on Dr. Google over there, looking up some of the official terminology for this stuff. I really don't want to speak about what the official story is. We all know that fibro, chronic fatigue, myalgic it's hard to say, but the ME/CFS, these are very medical sounding terms with words like very serious, disease. Like fibromyalgia is considered a syndrome, while ME/CFS is considered a disease, and all this crap. At the end of the day, people get better from these quote-unquote syndromes and diseases all the time when they realize that it is not some mystery illness. It is not some set of symptoms that are of unknown origin. There is a cure, right? But according to Dr. Google, they don't know where it comes from and they don't know how to fix it. So, in my experience, and paying attention to this mind-body syndrome TMS world for the better part of over 2 decades, about 24 years now, fibromyalgia is TMS, period. I don't think some is and some isn't, because you can't even really tell that somebody's got fibro without them explaining a variety of symptoms. In other words, you can't look at somebody, issue a test, and say, yes, you have fibro. There is no real test. There's some other things that may have similar symptoms that, are oftentimes ruled out. But without the patient's or person's description of the symptoms, the doctor would have no clue what's going on. And I tend to look at any type of disease that requires the patient's description of symptoms as suspect for TMS, or this mind-body. Fracture. You don't need a description. You can say, look, my arm hurts. It's broken. They can x-ray it. Yep, your arm's broken. So, I don't believe fibro, ME/CFS is anything happening as a result of a body problem, a disease, a hormonal issue, a infection, a virus, or any of that stuff. Why? Because people are getting better from these medical labels and diagnoses all the time. As a matter of fact, today I'm posting this on a Monday, and probably by Monday I'm going to have a brand new success story, somebody with fibromyalgia and fatigue, chronic fatigue syndrome. 5 years, virtually bedridden. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm going to be starting to post a little bit more of these. I've got a few more in the bank, and I'm making an effort to really try to do some of these success story interviews a little bit more frequently. And absolutely, fibromyalgia is TMS. So if you've been given that medical label, what I'm going to encourage you to do is start to rule in this thing called mind-body syndrome, or TMS. And how do we do that? If you got 4.5, 5 minutes, go to yourpaintest.com. It's 10 quick questions, and it'll give you a real good indicator. Any score over 29 is TMS, and that's fantastic news. The higher the score, the more certain you can be. The lower the score, it's not quite as rock solid, but anything over 29, we've definitely seen people getting better. So don't panic if you're down towards the lower end of the range. Everybody's different. TMS is still TMS. Fibro is, I've heard Dr. Schubner say, fibromyalgia is always TMS. He didn't say sometimes, he said always. But if you want to take that pain test to see how your symptoms are behaving, and you know, if stress, anger, rage, emotions, even our thinking can cause the symptoms to go up or down, get worse. If fear and the attention we give it makes the symptoms amplified, that's TMS. It means the brain is creating it. So, I've gotten a lot of requests. Is this TMS? Is that TMS? And I'll try to tackle them over the next week or so. But fibro, chronic fatigue syndrome, is TMS. No doubt. There is no downside whatsoever to taking a TMS approach to eliminating your symptoms. Now, if you want some help with that, I do one-on-one coaching, and unfortunately I'm booked about a month out. But if you want the fastest way to get some help, I do have a video course. Go to painfreeyou.com/join. And even though the word says join, that's where you can learn all about it. There's a video that I talk about it. But there's also, if you scroll below the video, there's a whole bunch of text down there that describes what this program's like. And it's a real quick way to jumpstart your recovery, to really understand deeply exactly what's going on in this human body, this system, nervous system, brain, all that kind of stuff. So jump in, painfreeyou.com/join to get all the details. But for anybody who has been told they have this thing called fibromyalgia, I'll encourage you this one thing. Throw that damn word out. Same thing with chronic fatigue syndrome. Throw that out. You have TMS. You have mind-body. You have this mind-body syndrome. And smile. Because you can and you will get better. And keep an eye out for that success story. I'll be posting that just around the same time as this video, probably later in the day, but that'll be posted as well, so look for that. Love you guys and gals. Talk to you soon.